I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background of my lesson plan. I will be doing inferencing, teaching first graders how to make an inference using evidence, details, combine it together with what they already know, and make their conclusion, infer, use these words instead of conclusion. I conclude how to use the word inferencing when using words, pictures, and what they already know. So this plus this equals your conclusion, your inference. My focus learner is a first grader named Matthew who has difficulties focusing. He experiences out of seat behavior, consistent movement, mostly when it's been observed that mostly when he is stuck in a word, vocabulary, or during independent reading, he doesn't know an answer, this is when he begins to fidget, to get out of his seat, to move a lot, to bounce, or when he is completely reading a whole entire passage, which he seems to be very well at reading at his level, he tends to not fully comprehend the text of what's going on in the story. So when these comprehension questions are asked, he's unable to answer them. So aside from the vocabulary, he reads through the material too quickly and doesn't stop to think to fully understand what's going on in the story. So for him, I have incorporated different techniques. So movement breaks. So my text could be a 10-minute read aloud, but I want to incorporate movement so he doesn't get bored or doesn't lose focus of what we're actually doing after the read aloud. So prior to starting our actual lesson, we'll stretch, do some movement, some dancing, just something simple, not to get them overly excited, but something that they're gonna get prepared for the lesson. So just any movement. It could be a YouTube video, just music, just move your body, stretch it out, and then we start read aloud. Before we start into our independent work or even a group work after the read aloud, I also will incorporate another break for all students, of course, but it's mainly focused on Matthew because I think it really helps him refocus for what's really occurring at that time of the lesson. Another skill that I will be incorporating is using additional visual aids and just different supportive aids for him, such as a timer. So I'll have a visual timer saying, okay, you have a 2-minute break. Let's do our movement stretches, our movement breaks. These are 2 minutes, and when the 2 minutes are down, we all know to refocus back to our seat for our lesson. I think that really will help Matthew visualize the time that he has to calm himself in mentally, just prepare himself to what's in store. I also will be giving him like a cheat sheet it will be present at the time of our small group for anyone that needs it, specifically Matthew. So we will have sheets for references, like a reference sheet. So on this reference sheet, it'll say how to make an inference, right? So I use visuals, so I'll say we'll use a picture, like pictures from the book, and some words to create it. But also you need to, so with the plus sign, plus what we already know. So what do you know? And then that gives you your inference, right? Then I'll have some definitions in the bottom, and I'll have definitions, inference, what inference means, which is educated guess or conclusion based on evidence. And then I circled evidence and highlighted it. And then details / evidence are just facts from the text. So this is hopefully helpful for him. Everyone will be getting, during this small group activity, everyone will be getting an inferencing map. Matthews will have images attached to it. So details will just simply have an open book with the labels again. Picture, word, equals, and that would be equals your detail. So what is your detail? And then in conclusion, it will just have a thinking man with question marks, like what do I already know? What am I thinking about? And that's what's gonna just tie everything in together. So for the purposes of this video, the story is actually a bit like 10 minutes, I say. So I want to skip through it just to get to the point of it and do our little anchor chart, another visual as well. But also when I'm doing my read aloud, because we already read the story as a whole group, now we're redoing it as a small group. I'm gonna incorporate it into a our technology component. So I'll be using our smartboard, or right now an iPad, to just use a different type of visual so they can listen to the story from another voice, from another perspective, and visualize the book on a bigger screen, compared to me holding it and flipping the pages, like a standard read aloud. I just wanted to incorporate a second way of reading. So because this video is a bit long, it's 12 minutes, I did want to cut it up. So I'm going to do from the beginning, stop, get some evidence together, and then the middle, and then a little bit of conclusion, just to give you guys a feel of how I would conduct this lesson. It is a small group, so it's only 3 to 5 students. I think Matthew focused, my focus learner is much inclined to answer questions, to be more confident in smaller settings. I think that's the best way he learns. So I think this was perfect for him to learn what's with such a big topic as inferences, what it is. So here we go. Okay. All right, boys and girls. So we've been reading a book on a bad case of stripes, right? Who's enjoying this book? I know I am. I love this book, right? So today we're going to be learning more about how do we make inferences, right? We're going to use this book that we've been reading throughout the week, and we're going to just pick little sections of the book to see what we could infer from it, right? Who remembers what inferences mean? What is inference? Who could tell me? Raise your hand. Yes, Matthew? Your sheet. Yes, you could use your sheet, my love. Right, so it's like a guess, right? An educated guess, and it's based on what? Details, right? Little parts of the story that makes this whole, right? This whole conclusion, your inference, right? I infer that because these little things happen in the text, right? All right, so we're gonna go through our read aloud. I'm gonna play it on our iPad so that we could see it all together, okay? Let's listen.
She wanted to fit in. Camilla was always worried about what other people thought of her. Today she was fretting even more than usual. It was the first day of school, and she couldn't decide what to wear. There were so many people to impress. She tried on 42 outfits, but none seemed quite right. She put on a pretty red dress and looked in the mirror. Then she screamed. Her mother ran into the room, and she screamed too. Oh my heavens! She cried. You're completely covered with stripes! This was certainly true. Camilla was striped from head to toe.
Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna use our yellow light, right? So our yellow light means what? Who remembers what our yellow light means? Flashing yellow light means let's slow down and let's be cautious of what details we find in the story before stopping and seeing what we already know, right? Okay.
She looked like a rainbow. Mrs. Cream felt Camilla's forehead. Do you feel all right? She asked. I feel fine, Camilla answered. But just look at me. You get back in bed this instant, her mother ordered. You're not going to school today. Camilla was relieved. She didn't want to miss the first day of school, but she was afraid of what the other kids would say.
Okay, red light. Red light flashing, red light, red light. All right, so let's stop and let's use what we already know from the text, right? Let's see. So I remember in the beginning of the text, what? The picture showed us, what did the picture show? She got stripes, right? So the picture, right, of Camilla laying down shows us she has stripes, right? So it shows stripes. Okay. What do the words say? The words say she's what? What did the word say? Matthew, you want to see again? So the word said what? What did Camilla say? Camilla what? Loves lima beans but her friends don't, right? So loves, let's do it.